going on, Divine Feminines? I'm going to check this energy, okay? A little bit of this for you, a little bit of this for me, okay? Pick it up off the table here. Hope everyone's doing well. This is the reading where we just tap in and see what's going on with the collective, okay? Thank you to everyone that has liked, shared, or subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you guys so much. If you've purchased a reading or if you've donated to my page, I thank you for that as well. If anyone needs a personal reading, the information's in the box below. Okay, just setting up these cards. This energy can be masculine or feminine, so you guys place it on whatever side you need to, okay? You know about it, I don't. You know where it needs to go, so you place it there, okay? All right, let's get started. Oh, if anyone needs to talk to me, I can be reached at embracingmattress@gmail.com or embracingmattress.com, okay? All right, one more time. All right. Okay, we're going to talk about each of these cards that we see. All right. So we have Yasiji, live out loud. We have Allah, grief. We have Medusa, rage. And we have Queen Nefertiti, alchemy. Okay. So the collective is going through a little bit of some of everything here. Okay. So we're going to start with Yasiji. That's the number 31. Okay. That breaks down. Let me see. Got my notes here. The number 31 breaks down to a 4. And the 4 in tarot is structure, stability, and manifestation. Okay. So let's see what this message is first. All right. So Yasiji, goddess of living out loud. Element is water. So Yasiji has the reputation of being a free-spirited party goddess. For the doggone people of Mali, she was the first Yassine. The Yassines are women empowered to participate in the mask dances. So it's saying the guidance is to express yourself. You have something to say. Share your voice and magic. Express your you-ness. The way you express yourself won't make everyone happy. But that's okay. You are not meant to. Living out loud and self-expression look differently for everyone. For outgoing extroverts, self-expression may mean dancing on tables and screaming your points of view. Introverts may speak out in other ways and save the louder parts of their personalities for loved ones. The declaration here is, I am free to express myself fully. Okay, so some of you may be quiet because you feel like people are not going to know how to take what you have to say. Some of you feel some sort of way because, maybe people have shut you out or shut you down when you've tried to express yourself in previous times. Okay? Right? This has caused some of you to go into a grief pattern here. Right? We have number 29, which breaks down to 11, which breaks down to 2, which is balance, partnership, and duality with Allah. Let's see what this message is. All right, so this is the element of bush, goddess of grief, Igbo, Nigeria. Okay, ancient earth mother Allah is the foremost Igbo deity. Goddess Allah oversees motherhood, fertility, and the afterlife. After death, humans return to the womb of Allah, replanted in the soil to reincarnate. The guidance from Allah says, give spirit your grief, bawl it out, wall it out, wail it out, cry it out, sob, shriek, shred tears, and surrender it. So in other words, you guys have some purging to do. There may be some things that still hurt you, or when you think about them, they make you cry, or you may have deja vu moments where you find yourself crying. Earlier today, I was watching a movie, one of the little cheesy movies on, and I found myself, just crying with the movie, right? But it's because something touched me in the movie that reminded me of something else, and maybe some of you are going through that. Okay, it says you are holding unprocessed grief. You want to skip over it and get back to normal. But grief doesn't go away because you ignore it. The only way to heal is to walk through it. Losing a loved one is the ultimate heartbreak, but you also experience grief after breakups, job loss, and disappointments. Self-love and self-care are required. Ask for support. Be gentle with yourself. Right? The declaration is, I am supported by my loved ones, those who are seen and those who are unseen. All right? So your ancestors, benevolent spirits, benevolent deities are showing up here for us all. Okay? Letting us know that they're here to support us, right? We can call out to them. We can pray to them. They'll hear us. We can ask for them to step into our lives to help us with whatever it is that we're trying to process, okay? And we can take it from there, all right? Now we have Medusa, which breaks down to, well, the number is a 23, breaks down to a 5, right? So this is the conflict, the chaos that we're also dealing with, or some of us are, okay? So let's get into that energy. All right, so this is element of fire. Yeah, bring the heat. Shadow of rage. This is Libya. Medusa is feared as an ugly, vicious monster bitch. The truth? This Libyan Berber, dark goddess of wisdom's rage is sacred, epic, and fully justified. So y'all may be pissed the fuck off. Y'all may be pissed off right now with good reason. Spirit is saying they're acknowledging you being angry and saying, it's okay, boo-boo. We know why. Okay? So it says you are pissed off and petrified, angry, and shaking. But underneath, you are hurt and heartbroken. Feeling undervalued is overwhelming. I'm going to say that again, because somebody didn't hear me. Someone say, what you say? Feeling undervalued is overwhelming. You can't stay silent anymore. Let your toys, your joys, your hopes, and your beauty rage on. Okay. The embodiment of this energy is take a breath, close your eyes, and put both hands over your lower abdomen. Tune into the part of you that feels out of control. Flood it with loving, healing, golden light. Now put both hands over your heart and do the same. You have a right to feel your full range of emotions, including anger. Sacred rage inspires us to run for office, lead protests, and shift policies, but unhealthy rage can devour your very soul. Get clear on what is really happening. Allow yourself to feel your feelings, to see the truth. Just because you feel threatened does not mean that you are not being threatened or that you are being threatened, okay? So you guys take it how it resonates. The declaration for this is, I have a right to feel my feelings, okay? So like I said, if you guys are feeling stuff, whether it be grief, whether it be rage, you have anger, right? Because maybe you're being stifled, you're not being able to say the things that you want to say, or for some of you, the person that you want to say things to, either you're not speaking to them or they're not speaking to you. They've moved forward or you have, and these are things that you cannot say. For someone here, you've lost a person in your family or a friend or someone that you are in a relationship with, and the words that you have, you cannot say to this person because they're no longer here, you know, and I send my condolences to you. Someone's going through a heavy moment of grief, okay? Some of you may need to speak to someone on a professional level to help you with that grief. I feel like it's profound. Okay, so we have Queen Nefertiti, Alchemy. It's a number 38, okay, which breaks down to 11, breaks down to 2, right? We've had this already, balance, partnership, duality. So you guys want to look up angel number 2222 and see what the message is, because we had that out here already, right? We have 11 here, we have 11 here. You also want to look up angel number 1111. See what the message is for yourself, okay? So let's go to this. This is the fire energy as well, okay? This is the goddess of alchemy, Egypt. Nefertiti was a legendary Egyptian queen whose name means a beauty has come. Celebrated as a goddess and her husband's equal, Queen Nefertiti led a spiritual revolution worshiping Aten, the sun god. The guidance from Queen Nefertiti is as follows. It is time. You turn everything that life turns your way into gold, right? You guys have been manifesting energy. You've been transmuting that negative energy into positive. You are on the path to fulfilling your purpose. You are an alchemist. You have the power to bend universal energy. Dare to transmute lead into gold by shifting from fear to love. Everything you desire exists in some form of loving energy. Match this frequency. See it in your mind's eye first. Imagine it. I am loved fully. What does it look like? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? To be loved unconditionally. I am happy. I am healthy. See it. I am a money magnet. What does it feel like? Right? The declaration here is everything I touch turns to gold. Okay? So as you're going through this time of grief, as you're going through this time of anger, as you're going through a time where maybe a lot of negative energy is coming your way, Spirit is wanting you to be able to receive that negative energy, right? And with a positive flow to send it right back out, you know, as goodness, as positive energy, or you bringing that energy in, like say someone is doing spell work against you, you being able to take that energy in, and instead of it doing something at your detriment, you're able to take it and change it and make it positive so that it works for you, right? totally pissing off the person that's sending them the energy towards you, of course, right? You got people watching you because they're saying, why isn't this spell work working? Why isn't the things that I'm sending to this divine feminine, why can't I see it working? Why do they seem like they're immune? Why does it seem like they keep bouncing back? And it's because you're able to change that energy flow. Okay? And we have the sun here. You guys, we know what happens, right? And this is look at this transition. We're going from a darkness, okay? Dark. Right? Now the moon is shining, right? Dark. Now it's like the crack of dawn to total brightness, okay? So what you guys are doing is you're coming out of the darkness and into the light. This is what I'm feeling. You're walking towards that sun energy, and we know what that is. That's abundance, that's growth, that's happiness, okay? Those of you that are still in this little bit of darkness, you're not going to be there long. But what Spirit wants you to do while you're there is to be able to totally heal yourself and to work on those things that you need to bring up and release. Okay? For some of you, instead of being angry at how someone treated you, okay, or angry on how a situation went or ended, look at things from a different perspective. Why did you need to be in that moment? Why did you need to have that experience? Why did you need to go through the things that you went through? Now is the time of letting the universe know that you have learned your lesson. What is the lesson that you learned here? Okay? So that it never comes back to you again. This is something that you have to prove to the universe and say, okay, at this point in time, even if you got to write it down, at this point in time, I know that going through X, Y, and Z, okay, was because of this reason. Because now as I look at this from a different perspective, I was able to take away this, and this. I actually learned this, and that. And going forward, the difference that I will do, okay, is this. That proves to the universe, God, source, spirit, the divine, that you have learned that lesson. It never comes back to you, okay? Now, because of how we've been feeling, I want to look into this and pull for each stage of this the healing card that's needed for that specific thing. Now these are all over the place. You know, I don't take these in reverse or anything, so you know, however it comes out, you know, I'll just turn it upright. So just so y'all know. Okay, Spirit is saying just lay him down. And then we'll go into each one. Okay. Now we're starting with Live Out Loud with Yashiji, okay? With you guys having a voice, or getting your voice heard. We have Bronzite. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. For those of you that do not have these cards, take a picture of this stone. So this will be something that needs to be around you. Okay, so this is a number 13, which breaks down to a 4, structure, stability, and manifestation. Okay, let's see what this message is for Bronzite. All right, so this has to do with the essentials of loyalty, trust, steadfastness, self-respect, trusting that the conscious universe has your back. Okay, so when it comes to relationships, even if you've been betrayed in the past, you can, right? I told you something was going on here. Even if you have been betrayed in the past, you can heal the sting by extending trust again. as challenging as that may be. Bronzite spirit reminds you that this time, however, you are much wiser and stronger, much more mindful of the signs that signal you to step back and nurture yourself. Being true to being true to another is an expression of the beauty of the divine, and you have this capacity. Your loyalty and steadfastness will be rewarded by the conscious universe, perhaps in ways that you don't expect. To be true to yourself, knowing that a longing, respectful relationship with yourself lays the groundwork for a loving, respectful relationship with another. Remember, you are always protected when divinely directed. Okay, so the energy that I'm getting from this is that they're telling you to use your discernment. Like I was saying before, proven to the universe that you've learned this lesson, right? Get you past it. And they're saying that this time around, if something, okay, so something may be trying to come back to you. It could be a person that's coming back to you, and they're going to try you or test you again. Okay, even if it's not the person that you may have on your mind, the same type of situation, okay, will happen with the next person that you deal with if you have not healed the energy from that past person. So there'll be the same type of scenario with a different phase. Spirit is saying that now you guys should be at a place where you can look at something or use your discernment and know that this is something similar that you've already went through, and you can discern your way out of it. Okay, you should be able to recognize at this point, Spirit is saying, what is good for you and what is not, and they want you to exercise that right. So living out loud, like I said, is you being able to have a voice, to express yourself, to do what you need to do to get yourself to a different point, and allowing the universe to know that you have learned that lesson. Okay, right? So as you heal stuff and as you let it go, you're going to be going through a grieving process. Okay? That's what it is. Going through a process of releasing things. Okay? We got Aquamarine. That's pretty. Number 7. Okay? 7s in tarot's reflection, assessment, and knowledge. Okay? So when we're grieving people, let's say people leave our lives, okay, they pass over. 2 different scenarios. So first one is someone actually passing away and going on, okay, back to their energy being. When we see, okay, this energy, I feel like we're meant to really dig deep, try to figure out how we feel about it. Try to figure out, what we learn from that person. It's not just grieving a person and letting them go, okay? Because energy is always with you. So a person will forever be there, right? But I feel like you guys or someone here, you're going through the grief of losing someone, possibly because there were things left unsaid. You felt like you needed more time with that person. You felt like you were not where you needed to be, okay? For some of you, you may have lost a parent recently. Let's get into this energy. You're reflecting on everything that happened with this person. You're reflecting on your life. For others of you, if it was a relationship, you're looking at or playing things over and over in your mind, going through them, and this is causing the grief, right? For some of you, thinking about things that happened or arguments or disagreements or even good times that you had with someone is putting you in a sense of being depressed Okay, Spirit wants you to go through that so that you can see it, so that you can process it, so that you can get to a healing place with it. Okay, now when it comes to Aquamarine in number 7, is the essentials of this is enhanced clarity, calm discernment, awareness and acceptance of one's truth. Now, that means that everyone may not agree with whatever it is that you feel, and that's okay, right? Everyone is different, but you may have feelings right now that you're having a hard time with, or you're discerning in other ways that people are not around you, and that's quite okay too. All right? Now, when it comes to the relationships with this, it says slow down and look carefully, for there are details that need your time. And when I say relationships, this is whether it was a parent that passed, a friend that passed, a coworker, or someone that left your life and that's still alive, that's no longer around you. Okay? So it says slow down and look carefully, for there are details that need your time. This is the message of Aquamarine Spirit, which can help you to become crystal clear, both in communicating your needs and in understanding those of others. Old patterns may cause you to overlook new information, material that could give you important insights into your relationship and assist you in making the right choice for yourself. Trust what you notice. If you're feeling a sense of deja vu when it comes to your relationship, it is the conscious universe calling you to learn the lesson of Aquamarine. Be discerning and observant, and you will surely make decisions that are for the highest good of all. So that's what they're saying right there. Okay? You have the power to identify if something is good or not by using your discernment. You have the power to get through things. Okay? The next stage after grief, I don't know the order. I can't really remember. It's really late, but I know like you have, it's like, I guess it's like stages of grief. You have denial, you have anger, you have, like one stage is like you're in disbelief, not denial, but something else. I'm forgetting, but you guys look up the stages of grief and you'll see what I mean. Okay. So going into rage, this is being upset about how someone treated you. This is being upset that someone passed away. All normal. Okay. Because everyone processes something in a way that is truly unique to them. Okay. And for this healing process, we have Malachite, right? Number 34, which breaks down to a 7. So someone needs to look up angel number 7. We have 2 7s here. Okay. So with this Malachite, let's see what the energy is. The essentials, clarity of thought and emotions, the right use of intellect, integrating thoughts and intuition. Okay. Right? It says, are you trying to justify knowing what you know? Malachite Spirit is here to tell you that you are both smart and wise. When you consider what is currently happening with your relationships, right thinking is married to your inner wisdom, which is guided and provided by the conscious universe. Trust that you have the ability to balance the incoming messages from your rational self and the part of you that just knows. Honor your emotions, but be guided by the conscious universe and your intellect to help you make decisions, for your emotions right now may be an echo of the past. Out of proportion with what is happening today, meditate, and it will be easier to see the evidence and use valid reasoning and intuition to weigh it. Okay, now some of you may have situations that are going on in your life that mirror or look like or remind you of or give you that deja vu moment like it happened already. Okay, maybe you've went through something previously with another relationship, and then this little union that you're in now, maybe something happens that triggers you and reminds you of that. Spirit is saying, you have the power to see You know, you have the power to discern if something is echoing, right, or coming back up again from the past, right? Is it really happening today, or do you just feel that way because this is something that has not been healed within you? Okay, so that's the question, right? If something triggers you, it's because you haven't healed that thing. Because let me tell you, once you're not triggered anymore by anything that happens with a person, place, or thing, right? That means that you're fully healed, okay? And some of you are not there yet, okay? But even so, with all of this stuff that you're going through, with this Queen Nefertiti alchemy energy, you guys are still doing your best to make the best out of a bad situation, right? Doing your best to stay positive, to stay optimistic, okay? And with this energy, we have Dalmatian stone, okay? This number 19, which breaks down to 10, which breaks down to 1, okay? Which means that you guys are going after your new beginning, okay? So you went through the trenches, you went through the darkness. Things are lightening up for you, right? Things are being illuminated to you, right? You now understand that you have the power to change your energy or make it as positive as you can. And let's see what this is, right? New beginnings, opportunities, and potential, okay? With this Dalmatian stone, all right? This is number 19. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry that this is so long, but thank you for staying with me. I do appreciate it. We got a couple more cards to go, but I want to have an effective message with this since I do it monthly now. All right, so the essentials of Dalmatian stone is playfulness, childlike joy, and enthusiasm for life. Okay, humor, absurdity, and laughter. Okay, so the message is joyful memories bind us to those we love. And the experience of Dalmatian stone spirit is a sign that today you are meant to share laughter with those close to you. Our time here on earth is short, and we are meant to play and have fun. If you think back on those who have passed, the silliest stories may be the ones that you cherish the most. Those stories help you to recall the joy you had being with them. Relationships can always use improvement, but today you're called to simply bring the laughter and fun into your relationships. Now, whether the person that you're thinking about has passed over physically, or they have just left you and they're still here on earth, they're still alive, they're just not with you, right? We have the power to go from being in a state of grief to a state of alchemy, okay? Spirit is saying all you have to do is change your mindset to think a little differently, okay? So while you're in the grieving period, right, you're thinking about things that someone's done to you, or you're thinking about how, you know, they may have cheated on you, have done you dirty, you know, what have you, okay? While you're thinking of that thing, you have the power to then say, but you know what? I had good times with this person too. Flip the energy to a sense of saying, you know what, I'm just going to only think right now of every good time that we had, or specific good times that we had. And what that will do is outweigh the bad negative energy that's trying to permeate your thought process, right, to bring you to a lower vibration. And it's going to continue to, look, it's going to pick you up. It's going to make you rise, because you're now transmuting that energy from negative to positive, right? You're saying no to your mind, right? People could be sending spell work towards you to make you think a certain way. And when you start thinking of something bad, you say, no, I'm not doing this. You think of something positive right away, and what that does, right, is that shoots that negative energy back towards where it came from, and it changes the energy in you to something positive, right? So you never lost your vibrational level. You never lowered yourself down to where someone wanted you to be, or where the energy was trying to take you, and you maintained yourself, okay? This is where Spirit is trying to get us to go tonight. You guys have got to know how powerful you are. Okay? I swear to you guys, as soon as I think of something or someone I don't want to think about because they're pulling on my energy, or something happened that pulls on me, right? And I feel myself going to a place where I do not want to go, I change it up and I say, no, in my mind, no, I'm thinking about this, or I'll put on a movie that's funny, or I'll put on some music in my ears. I'm notorious for that, because instantly, okay, it's broken whatever is trying to grab me, and I feel like it's like an energy tackle, right? Like I'm playing football and someone tries to like knock the wind out of me or something. Instantly, I'm able to regain my composure, and I'm able to get back in the game on a positive level, okay? So some of you may need to do this. Spirit said, let it fall. Okay. All right. One more. All right. Okay, so we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, a divine plan. Okay, let's see what this is. Anna. We'll be done shortly, guys. We're at 36 minutes here. Hopefully, you guys are still with me. It's number 88. So you also want to look at angel number 88 to see what that message is, my loves. All right, so Anna, grandmother of Jesus, was an ancient mystic who dedicated her life to laying the foundations for Christ's consciousness to be woven through all of life. She is not widely known, but without her Christ consciousness would not be rising as it is today. Anna represents the quiet dedication that is sometimes required to live a life of service. She represents the generations that came before the devoted lives. People devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being, while knowing that they would not see the glorious end result. She represents the dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother, and the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all of life. Okay. Anna teaches us that we all have a part to play in the divine plan. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant. One person's part is not worthier than another. One person's part may be to mother their children. Another's may be to gather women in a circle each month. This is what we're doing here, right? No part is better or worse, more important or less significant. We each have within us a seed of light that we incarnated to share. Anna is gathering us all to remember and surrender to our part of the plan, okay? So Spirit is wanting you to remember that even though you've went through a lot, even though you may still be going through some things, you're moving from darkness to light, right? And your mission would be to share some of that light with someone else in some way at your discernment of how you do that, okay? The next card we have is the ever unfolding rose. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you, okay? So things are happening for you, not to you. So let's see what this means here. If I can find the page. Okay, 24. 24 breaks down to 6, which is communication, cooperation, and harmony. Okay. All right. This is the challenge of life is to keep your heart open when you most want to close it, to let life crack you open, to open through hurt and loss, to allow what is failing to fall away. Being human is a courageous act. A life well lived is full of losses and tragedies. as well as triumphs and adventures. Wherever you find yourself at the moment, life is coaxing you to keep your heart open no matter how much it hurts. Okay, so you guys, like going through that grieving and that anger, Spirit is saying don't close your heart down. Okay, to continually unfold, you have to let life crack you open. Perhaps you're going through a difficult time right now. Instead of cursing the difficulty, see it as a blessing to open yourself up to the truth that perhaps, as hard as it may be, life is happening for you, not to you. And one day, in the not too distant future, you may just bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Okay, that's deep. Now is the time to go gently, to treat yourself like a tender, sweet baby, to wrap yourself in a blanket and trust that the mother has you cradled in her arms. The seas may not be all smooth sailing, but you are safe and you are held. One day, not too far from today, you will look back at the transformation and be blown away by the poetry of life. Everything is going to be okay. So Spirit is saying you guys got the power to change some things up. You got the power to look at things from a different perspective. Like I said, by transmuting that energy from negative to positive, you'll be able to look at everything that's currently going on in your life, and you'll be able to understand why it had to happen, and you'll be happy because it happened, because it brought you from one state to another. Okay, that may not happen right now. Okay, it may happen some ways down the line, but they're saying there's going to be a point in your life to where you'll be grateful, or you should be grateful for everything that has happened to you, because you are a person that has evolved from the start to the finish. Okay, let's get one more card here, and then we're going to end this reading. Thank you. Right? We have sacrifice. Okay? Because ultimately, this is what we do here. Right? We sacrifice our time. We sacrifice our energy. We sacrifice our love. We sacrifice some hate. Okay? While we're here in these 3D suits. Right? Okay? It's just sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. So what do you need to lose? What do you need to cut yourself off from to be able to go towards the light, towards love? Okay? This is what it is. Okay? So everything that we feel is painful has to happen to us, because we grow from it, is what Spirit is saying. Okay? And as you release yourself from relationships that are not for your highest good, or for people that are not treating you well, or people that are not valuing you on a level that you need to be valued and cherished, right? You'll be walking towards people that will, okay? And that will be capable of loving you the way that you deserve. All right, so I'm leaving it here. Thank you guys if you made it through with me. If anyone needs me, I could be reached at embracingmattress.com or embracingmattress@gmail.com. The information is in the box below, my loves. You guys take care.